This is part 2 of the making the ID card and bullets for this little James Bond scenario here. In the last video we modeled the bullets, and now let's start working on the ID part. I think what I'll do is I'm going to do the graphic part first. Alright, so come back to Blender, and this is what we got so far. What I'd like to do first though is to, if I can, let's hide that. Let's grab the lights and let's move all that stuff down to, say, the second layer there, just to make it a little bit easier. And I don't mind if the plane is still there for now. Yeah, so to make the ID card, I'm going to use a plane. So I'm going to hit 7 to look straight down. I'm going to go Shift A, mesh, bring it a plane. And I'm just going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to scale this so that it looks, you know, like an ID card. Maybe that size would be fine. And let's bring it up a tiny bit above the plane, and that's what we got. So yeah, if we're happy about that, what I'll do is I'm going to go into edit mode, and I'm going to come over, also splitting my window here, and I'm going to convert this one to a UV image editor. But I'm not going to do anything yet with that. Let's just clear the old render results. So UV window, my main 3D window. Now, I don't know the exact measurements, and you could set this up to measure this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to draw the graphic on a sort of a rectangular card and scale it, and it should look okay. So the graphics program that I'm going to use is Flash, and that's what I've got. I don't have Photoshop or you know, Illustrator. You could do it in GIMP, you could probably do it in Microsoft Paint, but I'm going to do it in Flash. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the size of my screen to, or stage, to 1000 by, let's try 700 and see if that looks rectangular enough. No, I'm going to make it 1000 by 600 and say that's like my business card. Okay, cool. So I'm going to change the background to that. So, because it's going to be like transparent PNGs, and that's going to be my background. And I'm going to grab the rectangle tool. I'm going to turn off the fill and just have a stroke of maybe 3. And I'm going to draw out a box that would form the boundary of my card. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to align it like that so it's perfectly centered. And now I want to make that top region, so I'm going to draw a line somewhere around here. And I'm going to fill this area with black. So that's where I'll write some stuff, and then I'll have a picture. So let's go ahead and do that. Choose the text tool. Actually, I'm going to name this interface. And I'll come to another layer, and I'll put down some text here. And I think I'll use impact, and the text is going to say M16. That's the first part. Alright, so it's going to say M16, and I'm just going to copy that text over. Give myself some room. And then it's going to say, in smaller font, I'll change that in a sec, military intelligence. How do you spell intelligence? Yes. Alright, let's start. Let's make that 45 for now, and I'm going to space it out nicely. And we'll see if I have room for more. Military intelligence, secret service. You can say anything you want here. All right, let's see if I can make that 90. Okay, and can I make that any bigger? Alright, I'm going to start saving. File, save as. I'm going to call this ID tag or ID card video. Alright, so this is going to be like title. And I'll come up to another layer, and I'm going to draw a region now. Just, I think, with the stroke tool, but maybe size 2 for a picture, and then some text. So I'll show you what I mean. right, so say a picture could go in there. I'll take this and I'm just going to copy it over. Maybe I'll move a bit. And we'll grab this area. We'll widen it. And I can grab this line and just snap it to there. And snap that to there. Okay, cool. So, we just have a look at the other card. So I'm going to have name, rank, agent number. Let's do that. All right, so this is going to be boxes, let's say. I'll do this on another layer. Okay, so this is going to say over here, it's going to say name, but I'll change the spacing. We'll go back to 0 here. And we're going to do this in black. One thing I do actually need to do in the box region, I want to fill those in with white. White. In fact, I want to fill a interface with white as well, if I can. Should be able to. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, back up to this text. So we're going to have name. Maybe a slightly different size. And then we're going to, I'll copy that. Come down 3. This is going to be there's a rank. I also want to make sure that these are left justified. Name, rank, and agent number. Name, rank. Agent number. Okay, and then I want a little line. Let's zoom in now on this. So we'll have a line there, and I'm just going to, by eye, I'm going to copy this down. And then I think I'll copy this down here, but I'm going to shorten it. Like that. And then we'll bring it up. That's pretty good. Okay, and here we are going to write Bond James, but I'll use a different font and size. Let's go over to that font there, Dotamache or whatever. Okay, something like that. And down here, rank will be Commander Bond. Agent number, everybody knows that one. And this will be 007. Save that. Let's see what that looks like from out here. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Now we need a picture. Mr. Bond. Now this will be text. So let's try to find a picture that we could use for this. Yeah, file, import to stage, picture. Boy, well, this is the one I used before. I don't know what I have. That's not terribly embarrassing. Teaching picture. I just need a picture of me. Picture of me and my daughter. Yeah, we're gonna have to just use a standard pick. Go with this one. All right, just look a little bit different. Oh boy, that's a big one. Maybe I won't go with that one. I guess we'll just use this one. Okay, just to demonstrate it. It's probably just as big. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down. Oh, we're going to rotate this, are we? Modify, transform, rotate clockwise. What we'll do first of all is we'll change the properties on this to lossless. And we're just going to have at her in terms of reducing the size. And unfortunately, that's how it'll look. You can put any picture you want in there. Maybe I'll do this with a mask. This will be pick mask pick, and what I'll do is I'll hide that, and I'll come back to the interface area. Let's see if I can select. It'll be that. Okay, boxes. I'll come back to the boxes. I'm going to grab this box. Oh, good. I've got white in the box. Excellent. I'm going to grab that. Edit. Copy. I'm going to bring that above the pick and go edit. Paste in place, and I'm going to change that to mask and choose mask, and then I'll have my picture in there. The only thing is I may have to, yeah, I do get a bit of the border. All right, well, I'm afraid that's gonna have to do. All right, so I got the pick, I got the mask, and we could do something like a red stroke there with nothing, and give it some curvature. Let's check 25 and go like that, but we'll need a bigger border here. Make that 6. We'll try 6. Yeah, okay. And then on that same layer, but in red, I don't know. Let's try it. We could go top secret. Let's go back to that impact font though. What I'll do is I'll make this that and this, I'll make it a symbol, and then I'll go into that symbol, and then with respect to the whole thing I'll be able to align the text better. And then again, also as a symbol, I can rotate it pretty easily and do stuff like that. Don't want to interfere too much with the text. Just decide where it should go. Yeah, I think it'll go there. I think we'll have that there. And then you could search if you wanted for a barcode. That's top. Or you could try to make one. I'm not very good at it, but I mean, you could, what do I want to do? Stroke, or no, we'll turn off the stroke. We'll just use black and go up to higher. Yeah, turn this off, make that 0 again. And there's barcode generators and stuff on the internet. You can just do this, and what I'll do is I'll just copy it a bunch of times. I don't know how good this is going to look. We'll give it a try. And then, what could you do? What could you do at that point? I don't know. Geez, can we join those? Would that be stupid? Let's see what it's like if it's nice and thick. We cut this one thinner. You cut this one thinner. Look anything like a barcode? Well, that's my barcode anyhow. Oh, and we also have to say, I'll just do it on the same layer down here. We can have to say status active. We're almost ready to put this in. Maybe we will bold that. And I don't really like the capital letters. This will be size 20. That goes right down in the corner. All right, that's my card. All right, so we're going to export this image, and this will be ID tag video as a PNG. I'm gonna use a minimum image area, that way it'll just grab from the border. All right, unless I made it to full size. I'm not gonna worry about it in the resolution or anything, but 24-bit with alpha channel, so it's transparent. All right, then I come back over here, and right here I'm going to go open, and I'm going to find the one that said video, and there you can see it's in there. All right, so what I need to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to go U, project from view, and I get this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this to match the size, so I can grab points, GX, come out to there, just within the white space. I'll grab these points, GY, like that. Deselect, B to grab these points, GY, right up to about there. I hope I left myself enough room. Let's try that. All right, so now what I need to do is come over to the node editor, go back into object mode, and there's no material for this. So I'm just gonna come down into the nodes, make sure I'm on object materials, gonna click new, and then I'm going to go Shift A, texture, image texture, just like we did for the plane there. I'll connect the color together, and so far there's nothing there. All right, but now we're going to hit open, and we're going to find, sorry, hang on, is it in here already? ID tag video, there it is. It's already in memory, and as you can see, yeah, I basically got it. All right, maybe it might not look that good. Well, we're going to take a look in a bit. All right, I'm just going to go Shift Z and click on my lights, and that's the card part. So let's put it in some plastic now. All right. So with the plane selected, Shift S, cursor to selected. I'm going to look down in top view, and I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to bring in a plane again. And I'm going to scale this in the X, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's go into wireframe, and a little bit taller. And it's just a question of if I want to put that little, you know, if I want to cut that hole in it or just leave it as a solid card. I kind of would prefer that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get out of wireframe, and let's give this some thickness. Or do I want to subdivide it first? Nah, I don't even need to. I need to do this simply. E, bring it up. Okay, I'll do that. Select it, I'll make sure that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to select the edges, that edge here. And I can go around and either select these manually, which is not a problem, or I can select similar direction, and it'll get all of the four corners. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bevel those, Control B, and cut and round. And I have some rounded corners on my card. And I think I'll do a little bit of beveling on the top and the bottom as well. A small amount. Control B, pull back. Even that in one segment will help a little bit. T and open that, I can put on smoothing. And if the smoothing is weird, I can try auto smooth at another, not that, at another angle, and it should be okay. So not super duper smooth, but let's look in one, and let's look in wireframe. Now let's hide this. I believe that was my picture. Let's get out of wireframe for a second here. Let's hide that. That's my, okay, so I'm going to call that ID. All right. And this is going to be like the plastic. I don't need everything labeled, just a couple things so I can find them. Okay, so now, let's look at the front again. Let's, what should we do? ID, and let's look in wireframe, and let's move the ID up so it looks like it's in the middle of that. And let's grab both of those and move them down to the ground like that. Okay, cool. Well, we're doing really well. Not much left to do except apply material to this. So let's go back into the node editor. Choose the node editor here. And I've got some, I'm just going to use the principled BSDF, and it's going to be really straightforward. Follow these settings to make it sort of plasticky, glass-like. You could just use glass, and that looks fine. But I'll use this. So we're going to do a new material. And we're going to use the shader principled BSDF. I'm going to connect that to that, and we're just going to follow the settings that I used. So we got white, we got 0, specular is half, white, that 0, specular is half, specular tint. That's all the same. Roughness is 0. All zeros down to clear coat. Whoops. All zeros down to clear coat, which was 0.25, I think, or 0.025. Let's find out. 0.25. So yeah, zeros, and then clear coat roughness 0.042. And then these may not be great. I believe index of refraction ahead is 1.5 and transmission ahead is 1. Let's see if I got it close. Shift Z. Oh yeah, with my lights. No, my lights. I'm starting to be able to see that. All right, so let's see. Let me just double check those settings. 1.5, 1.25. All right, good enough. So let's close this up now. Bring my lights back. We're gonna need to move that out of the way though. Put that over here. And I don't want both of these. Oh, well, let's actually look through the camera. Yeah, let's adjust. Let us adjust. Actually, I like it that way. And then maybe rotate Z. So see the back of a bullet. And we'll just see if those are sitting well or not. Let's just do a quick test. Shift Z. Yep. Okay, let's get out of camera view in one. Let's just have a look at these bullets. I guess they're sitting on the card. These two are on the card. Is that right? Or partially on the card. Let's do the camera again. Okay. From there, you could mess around with, you know, setting your scene up however you like. That's what seems to be going on here. Seem to have a light in a different position than I had it before. Let's get this out. Let's move this light out of here. If I can select it. Just move back. maybe I want this bullet, I don't want them both blocking the same title, although it's not bad. I don't know how well you're going to see my face. It's possible I got to adjust that. I'm not saying you want to see my face, but you might be stuck with it. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll do, I'm going to do a render. I'll stop it and we'll come back and we'll have a look at it. Here we go. This is it. Now, I think it looks pretty nice. A couple of things could be improved in terms of the lighting and getting a little bit more reflections off of the plastic. And, you know, maybe it'd be a better idea to touch up your picture before you bring it in and make sure you got a good sharp one and it's bright enough and stuff like that. But at least you can see how you could make your own M16 ID card. Cool. Thanks for watching.